Hi and welcome along to AFTV Transfer Daily, the show that keeps you up to date with players that have been linked with a summer transfer move to Arsenal. Now, first of all, before I get into the transfers today, really sad news yesterday about Justin Edinburgh, the ex-Spurs and now Leyton Orient manager, or should I say was Leyton Orient manager, who sadly passed away yesterday from a cardiac arrest. He had got sick at the start of the week and was taken into hospital, but a lot of news on it was kept fairly quiet, but the sad news emerged yesterday that he passed away. I remember him playing for Spurs against Arsenal many occasions in a lot of North London derbies, and it's really sad news. Only 49, just took Leyton Orient up back into the Football League and was a really promising manager, and it's really, really sad news, and commiserations go out to his family, and may he rest in peace. Let's get into the transfers. Arsenal today being linked with a very, very good midfielder, and that is Franck Kessié of AC Milan. Still only 22, Kessié, which I was surprised at. I thought he was a bit older than that, but he's still only 22. Be such a presence in midfield. Ivory Coast international. He scored 7 goals last year in 34 appearances, so a few goals from midfield, which is something that we've been lacking at Arsenal. He's a real battler, he's a real skillful player as well, has lots and lots of ability, and is said to have a valuation of around about 30 million euros. It's a surprise that AC Milan may be willing to sell him, but a bit like us, in order to buy players, they have to sell players, and it looks like Franck Kessié could be a player that they'd be willing to let go this summer. Now, both Arsenal and Spurs are battling it out for his signature. So we seem to be going up against Spurs when it comes to a lot of these midfield targets, because of course we let Aaron Ramsey go, and of course in their situation it looks like Christian Eriksen's going to be going. So we both kind of need a similar sort of midfielder in that area, and we seem to be going into battle with Spurs, not just on the pitch but also in the transfer window this summer when it comes to trying to acquire top midfielders. And Spurs at the moment have seemed to, they might have more money than us because, all right, although they built a new stadium, they of course have got back into the Champions League, which is going to bring them in more money. And of course, they're selling their player. If they sell Eriksen, they're going to get a load of money for him. You know what I mean? It could be anything from 50, 60, 70 million pounds that they could get for Eriksen. What did we get for Aaron Ramsey? Therein lies the problem. Free of charge, 0. And he should be going for a similar amount of money as Christian Eriksen. So it's really, really horrendous. I mean, I don't want to keep going on about it every day. I do, because I just can't. Every time we talk about a target, every time we talk about our lack of spending and stuff like that in the transfer market, it all seems to come back to this. And again, check out the podcast that me and DT did the other day. We went into a lot of detail in this, but it's just horrendous how we've really dealt with our transfers over the past few years. Well, not even few years, long, dating back even further than that. I don't know if you saw the game last night. Turkey 2, France 0. What a fantastic performance by Turkey. And one of the standout players in that game was Cengiz Ünder. Now, we were linked with Cengiz Ünder back in January, heavily linked. At that time, I didn't know too much about Cengiz Ünder, but he's been doing bits for Roma. And you saw last night, great goal by him, but he was also instrumental in everything good Turkey did. I didn't realise, I've not really seen him do that at club level, but at international level, he was taking all the set pieces, corners, really, really looked a good player. 21. Now you see why Arsenal were in hot pursuit of him. Again, this is another battle between Arsenal and Spurs. Both teams very interested in him, but his valuation is £44 million, and you can't blame Roma. He looks a player. And of course, after last night, that valuation might just have got up 5 or 10 more million pounds, because he did look really, really impressive in the game. Where Arsenal may be able to prize him away from Roma is the fact that he's on really, really low wages. £15,000 a week reportedly he's on. If he goes to Arsenal, they're going to be able to treble that at least. So it's very tempting for him to move away. Could do, but will we be able to meet that sort of price? We know that Arsenal are really, really interested in him because they wanted him in January. It's just that they didn't really have the funds to do it at the time. Do they have the funds now? Let's wait and see. Remember, in January, we've been told that, oh, don't worry, in the summer, we'll have loads more funds. It's more or less the same amount of money. But anyway, as I said, I keep going on about it. But Cengiz Ünder looked a real baller there yesterday, and back on Arsenal's radar, but also on Tottenham's radar as well, and a host of other clubs. Also playing in that game, a less impressive performance was Samuel Umtiti. Now, Umtiti, as we know, the Barcelona defender, plays for France, World Cup winner with France, still very young as well. Heavily linked with a move to Arsenal, said to be Unai Emery's preferred choice to bring in. However, he doesn't want to leave Barcelona. He even said in an interview, I think he did for French TV, before the game, that I will be a Barcelona player next season, he said. He goes, I've told Barcelona, I don't want to leave, I want to stay. I will be a Barcelona player next season. So he's pretty bullish in the fact that he wants to stay. However, what if, and I was thinking about this, what if Barcelona buy De Ligt? You know that Piqué is the number one. They've been playing other players in that centre-back position ahead of him, TT, but a lot of that's been down to injuries. If they bring in De Ligt, a 19-year-old that's going to cost a hell of a lot of money, what does that do to Samuel Umtiti's chances of starting week in, week out for Barcelona? So I don't think you can say concrete that he's 100% going to stay at Barcelona, but he himself as a player doesn't want to leave Barcelona. And then don't forget, Barcelona looking to invest in lots of new players this summer, and to invest in players, you've got to fund those players. And as I said, if they went to buy a De Ligt, we've seen, you know, Manchester United and other teams looking at De Ligt, they're talking about 70, 80 million pounds for him. They'd be looking to move out of Umtiti surely to fund something like that. So this one's not, I don't think, dead just because he said he doesn't want to go anywhere. Let's see how that one develops out. Now, of course, we've been linked with Alexis. I told you about that the other day, and there were some fans who got excited and said, Alexis is coming back. And there were other fans who were like, no, we don't want him, man. He's a dead player now. I wasn't talking about that, Alexis. I was talking about the Lorient forward come winger, Alexis Claude Maurice. And apologies, I think I said Claude Michel when I did the other day. But it's Claude Maurice of Lorient, only 21. Now, the rumours are that Arsenal have already bid £8 million for him, and this was rejected by Lorient. Remember, that is the same sort of amount of money that they paid to get Matteo Guendouzi from Lorient. They've also previously bought Kessié from Lorient as well. Now it looks, or the rumours are saying that Arsenal are going to go back in with an 11.5 million offer to try and bring in Claude Maurice. A very exciting player coming out of France. Can play on either wing, can play up front. Very quick, very tricky. Arsenal, of course, as we know, in the market for a winger. So, again, it's going to be very interesting to see how this one develops out this week. I do think that Arsenal are going to be looking to get some signings in very soon. They want to get those signings in before they go away on that trip to America. They want to get some signings in, possibly at least one before they Adidas kit deal, which is the worst kept secret in the world. You saw more leaks yesterday before that all gets revealed. So we could see some activity really soon. Could it be somebody like this guy, Alexis? Let's wait and see how that happens. Or could it be Yannick Carrasco? As I said on the show yesterday, the rumours are that we're very close to a deal on that. Yannick Carrasco has come out and said that, you know, there's a club that has spoken to Dalian Yifang, his club that he plays for in China, has made an offer. It's all in discussion. He's told him that he wants to leave. He's told him that he doesn't want them to stand in his way. How does that one work out? Again, it's one of those where it's going to be a saga. He definitely wants to leave. We know that. He definitely wants out of China. His family haven't settled there, as you know. But will it be Arsenal, or is he talking about another club in Europe? Certainly, Arsenal, again, were chasing him. They were chasing him in the winter. Will they be back in for him this summer? Albert Moreno. Now, there's a lot of people horrified by these links. The links are still there. They were sort of floating around during the week. They're still there for Albert Moreno, the ex-Liverpool left back, bungling left back at times for Liverpool. The rumours are that Arsenal are interested in him. Now, remember, he used to play for Unai Emery at Sevilla, where he played very well. He was very successful in his time at Sevilla. Went to Liverpool, started off all right at first at Liverpool, then really struggled. Lots of errors from Moreno, week in, week out. Liverpool fans always used to be on his case. He's left the club now, available for nothing. Real Betis are said to be the favourites to sign him. It does look like he would like to return back to Spain. However, if a club like Arsenal came in for him, I'm sure he'd be interested in coming back, especially to play under Unai Emery, who he's played under before. He knows the Premier League, but for me, I don't know. When I've seen him, I'm just like, no. He's just like a Mustafi with a left foot. You know what I mean? He's, too many mistakes. A lot of quality going forward. And again, very similar to Kolasinac in that going forward, really, really good. Get something down that wing, but defensively, just not up to scratch. And I hope that these rumours linking him with Arsenal ain't that true, but they're still out there. Now let's get into a couple of your comments from yesterday. I promised that I was going to be reading out some of your guys' comments, and we're going to do that. Young Zav, sorry, should I say. He says, I think Reiss Nelson will solve our winger problems. We should make him a starter. Now, we're all forgetting about that. We're all forgetting about the fact that Reiss Nelson has been out on loan at Hoffenheim for a season. Started really, really well in that loan move. Didn't play brilliantly towards the end of it, but at first was really, really playing well. I think he got, I'm sure he got Young Player of the Season for Hoffenheim. I'm not 100% sure, but listen, overall, it was a good loan move. Is it time now to bring him back? He's one of our own. He's come through the ranks. He knows what it is about at Arsenal. Bring him back and get him playing. Maybe he could answer our wing problems. We'll have to wait and see. JR Body Surfing says, if Arsenal sign Upamecano and Anderson, we would be taking big steps to fixing our defence. Now, both of them top quality youngsters, both of them very young. That could be the future, going with young guys at the back. I keep saying that I'd like to see an experienced guy in there at the back, but then you look at Ajax's team and, you know, with young centre-backs and, you know, young players, they've done really, really well. Who knows? Both of those would cost, you know, a decent amount of money. We know with our limited budget. But like you said, both of those are preparing for the future. Both of those are, maybe it's a thing with Arsenal where we just reset the team and say it's a lot of young players. The manager and the club come out and they're open with the fans and say, listen, it's going to be a building process. We'll go with these young guys and let's see how we progress from there. I don't know, but will fans have the patience for that? Ollie says Carrasco and Nelson will sort out the wingers, get a quality midfielder and 2 quality defenders, and we can move forward. Another guy there suggesting that Reiss Nelson's got a part to play, and of course would like to see Yannick Carrasco in there. Jack the Ripper says, I really want Ryan Fraser. That's Ryan Fraser, of course, of Bournemouth. Not the biggest name, seems to have a good head on his shoulders, and he's worked his arse off for us. We need those kind of players. And of course, Ryan Fraser had a good season. The only person who had more assists than Ryan Fraser last season was Eden Hazard. So that tells you all you need to know. He's playing for Bournemouth. But Bournemouth want a lot of money for him. Said to want about £40 million for him. That is really starting to price him out of any sort of deal to get him to Arsenal. But I do think he is a quality player. Noel McGovern says, I would rather we sign players like Ryan Fraser and Ayoze Perez because they'll give 100% every game. If we sign Carrasco and give him a massive wage like £200,000 a week, expect Ozil Part 2. Whew. He makes some great points there. I mean, both those two players, Ryan Fraser and Ayoze Perez, who we were linked with, both excellent players. He's right. They both work really hard. They both, listen, it's not just hard work. They're both very, very talented players as well. And I could see both of those playing for Arsenal. Ryan Fraser, definitely, I could see him playing for Arsenal, really making a big impact to Arsenal as well. And final comment here comes from Herman Holman. He says, we need Saliba. Just offer £5 million more so that we don't have to loan him out. He's got all the quality we need. Tall, clever, good with the ball. 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 a diamond in the making, another young player that could come in and make an impact. And certainly seems to be a lot of fans seem to be favouring some of these younger players, because even today I see that Jerome Boateng, who's available from Barcelona, so Bayern Munich, right, is available for around about the £20 million mark. That seems to be the sort of money they're looking for. Now, if you're looking to buy a defender for Arsenal, what do? You go somebody, Jerome Boateng, very experienced World Cup winner, but 30 years of age? Or do you go for somebody like a Saliba, who's going to cost you half of that money and is still very young, one for the future, but hasn't done it yet? We don't know what he'll be like in the Premier League. Really, really interesting. I'd like to get your opinions on it. Thanks for watching the show today. Don't forget to lock into us each and every day for us, the original Transfer Daily. Keep subscribing. We're nearly there when it comes to getting to 1 million subscribers. Will be a real milestone for us. Be really, really grateful if you subscribe if you don't already do so. Thanks for watching.